Hello to my fellow worship guitar players. Just got done setting up the church's POD HD500X, and I wanted to go through some highlights here. So we'll dig right in. First of all, we want to make sure we're on the correct set list. So the POD stores things in groups. They're called set lists. All of these presets are in user list 3. So the way we navigate those is on this button here. It says press for set list. So I'm going to press this button and I see the set list. You can see I've got user 3 selected. If I wanted to move around, I could use this toggle. You see that little arrow moving. I'm going to hit enter to activate. Well, it's a little tricky. Let's see, enter. Press enter to load. So I enter. User 1 is loaded now. Now we push this to get out. We're now on another set list. This is not the correct set list. You want to be on set list 3. So to get to it, and really this should never change, but if it gets changed, this is how you get back to the user list 3. So I'm going to push the button to get in the set list mode. I'm going to use this little toggle here. You can see the toggles beside the user 3. I'm going to press enter to load it. So user 3 is loaded. Then I'm going to push this again. All right. So that's the first preset. It's preset 1A. It's called the youth core tone. And what that sounds like is this. So it's got a couple amplifiers, a compressor. By default, it's got a subtle reverb turned on, and it's got a dotted 8th delay. There are no overdrives at this point. So that's the core tone. I'm going to go to the middle pickup, and it's set to what I call the edge of breakup, which means it breaks up a little bit when you strum normal. I tried to adjust the amps to be a little cleaner, but they just start sounding really muddy and bad. So if you need to clean it up a little bit, use your guitar's volume knob and just roll that back a click or two, and that should clean it up well. If you go too far, you're going to lose volume, but just take the edge off. I can hear just a little bit of breakup coming in, and then as I hit harder, did is I rolled my guitar volume up and I started playing harder, and obviously I get a little more breakup. So again, rolling the volume knob back a little bit and just picking lightly. That should be about as clean as you need it. Okay, so that's the edge of breakup tone. Now, we've got a couple of overdrives, or what I'm going to call gain stages. The first one is a medium overdrive, and it's on this switch FS5. Another overdrive that's set to a higher gain, or I would call a gain stage 2. And then if you want kind of a lead tone, you can actually stack them. So I've got both overdrives on. Okay. So that's your gain stages. Next, we'll talk about the delays. The delays are switches 7 and 8. So overdrives 5 and 6, delays are 7 and 8. By default, the dotted 8th is on, and that's pretty normal for worship type guitar. If I turn that off and turn it on, the next one is a quarter note. You notice it's a little longer before the delay kicks in. And that is all controlled by the tempo here. I can do a really quick tempo, 1, 2, 3, or a slow tempo, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you're gonna want to tap in the tempo per song. That's the quarter note. This is the 8th note. Okay, that's the delay. Next is the reverbs. In this case, it's either reverb on or reverb off. I tried to add multiple reverbs. There's just not enough digital processing to load it on one preset. So I've actually created the second preset. We'll get that in a minute. But just to turn the reverb off, I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can. That's stored up here on this foot switch too. You see it's on right now. Turn it off. It's a very low reverb. Let's take out the delay. So right now there's nothing. Turn the reverb on. Turn the dotted eighth delay back on. All right, I've added a chorus sound to this. It kind of sweetens up some clean tones, and that's on foot switch 1. Is the chorus effect. All right, the next thing I want to get into is changing presets. There's a total of 3 presets. We have this core tone, which I just demonstrated. The next preset is an exaggerated reverb. If you want more reverb, we're going to change presets. Now, unfortunately, this takes 2 pedal presses. We're currently using the pod in what's called pedal board mode, which means we can turn these effects on and off as if it was a traditional pedal board. The other option would be to use preset mode. We got to pick one or the other. I think pedal board mode is going to be more useful. So anyways, long story short, to get to the next preset, which is 1B, you can either reach over and spin the dial. That's not practical when you're playing. This probably isn't very practical, but it's a better option. With your foot, you can hit, you got to hit one of these bank switches. It doesn't matter, either bank up or down. I'm just going to do bank down because it's closest. And then you can see the different presets. 1A is core, 1B is verby, and 1C is dotted 8. I'll show you each one of those. I want to load preset B. We were on A. I'm going to load B. So you push the B button. Now the verby preset, 1B. And all that is more reverb. Everything else is the same. The delays are the same. The overdrives are the same. It's just an exaggerated reverb. Okay, so that's the only difference. You still have these overdrives available. That long reverb tail, okay? The next preset is, it's called dotted eighth, and it's an exaggerated dotted eighth reverb, and that's used sometimes in worship music. Let me demonstrate that. So again, I've got to hit a bank button. I want preset C, which is dot 8, so I'm going to hit the C switch, and we're now on the dotted eighth preset. Now with this preset, it's very, very important, the tap tempo. Some of the other presets you can get away with the tap tempo can be close and not exact. With this one, it's got to be exact or it's just not going to sound right. So right now it's too slow. I'm going to tap in something a little quicker. Actually a little too fast. Let me take that dotted eighth delay off. This is what it sounds like with no delay. Turn it on. exaggerated dotted eighth. Okay, we've gone through the basics. So far we've talked about getting to the correct user list or set list, which is user 3. Talked about how to switch presets. Talked about how to engage different overdrives or gain stage. Talked about the delays, the reverb, the chorus. Now we're going to go to some utility type stuff. I'm going to get back to the core tone, bank switch. I want setting A, or to the youth, or to the core. All right. To use the tuner, we're gonna, right here, this button says hold for tuner, hold for tuner. There's the tuner. Okay, we're in tune. I'm gonna tap it one more time. I'm out of tuner mode. All right. Let's see, volume pedal. We've got a volume pedal here. We can do swells with it. Or it's just a good idea when you're not playing and you're in between songs or a quiet moment, roll the volume back. So you've also got obviously a volume on your guitar, but this is nice that it's on the floor. All right, it's the volume pedal. Okay, a couple other things, master volume versus just the volume. So there are two knobs here. There's a master volume. This master volume, all it affects is the strength of the signal that's being sent to the mixing board. So if the person running the soundboard says I need more signal or less signal, you can adjust this accordingly. It does not affect the tone. It just affects the overall loudness that you're sending to the soundboard. These settings here, there is a different volume here. This volume does affect your tone. This is going to change a setting on the amplifier, and it will definitely affect your tone. So you really shouldn't need to touch these. When you load the presets, they have the settings stored. They'll come in. Now, if you find that you don't like that default, you know, I'm using a particular guitar, and different guitars will vary based on how strong the pickups are, or maybe some guitars are more trebly or more bassy or more mid-range. So you might need to tweak these. Just know that when you load a preset, the stored settings override what's on the physical board until you start messing with stuff. Ideally, you shouldn't need to touch these. All right, so that's the difference there. I think I've covered most of the basics. If there's any questions, let me know. Have a good one.